10 lies your parents told you about money and the truth they didn't tell you. I remember growing up with my poor father in a village. Each time I asked my father for money, his default answer was, "Where is it?" Most of us grow up with parents who don't know much about money, and unfortunately, they teach us their financial strategies, the same strategies that made them poor. In this video, we will be sharing with you 10 lies your parents have probably told you about money and what the real truths are. If you're new here, consider subscribing so you won't miss other interesting videos like this. Lie number 1. Money is scarce. As a boy, each time I asked my father for money and he said, "Where is it?" what I actually heard was, "Money is scarce." Your parents might use a slightly different phrase like, "Money doesn't grow on a tree," "Money isn't picked on the street," or something similar, but they all mean the same thing, that is, money is very scarce. Unfortunately, this is not true, and believing this lie will make you poor for the rest of your life. Here's the truth. About $5 trillion exchange hands every 24 hours. Unlike what your parents told you, money is actually too much in the world, but it only goes to the people who know how money works. We'll get into that later, but for now, stop believing that money is scarce, because it isn't. Number 2. You need to work hard to be rich. Growing up in the village, I noticed that the only thing everybody around me thought would make me rich was a strong bone. Unfortunately, that was what I didn't have. Today, when people talk about hard work, their definition of hard work is a physical work, because they inherited this idea from our forefathers who lived at the era where physical strength was the only thing that mattered, to farm, fight or hunt. Today, it's an entirely different world. Now, physical strength alone cannot make you rich. Instead, you need a mental strength. As far back as 100 years ago, Henry Ford said, "Thinking is the hardest work therein." That statement is as true today as when Ford said it. Albert Einstein said, "Your imagination is far more important than the fact." Napoleon Hill wrote, "Whatever the mind of a man can conceive and believe, it can achieve." All the above statements are pointing at a single thing: your mind. If you want to be rich, pay less attention to your bones. Pay more attention to your brains. Feed your brain with the right knowledge. Get financial education. Question things. Dream dreams. And imagine a new possibility. The hard work of the 21st century is mental, not physical. Number 3. If you get good grades, you'll be fine. The most emotionally troubled period of my life was when I told my parents that I was dropping out of school. All hell broke loose. I was criticized, rejected, and even attacked by some people in my family. This is because school has become religion to the world, and for more than 100 years now, we've been deceived to believe that the degree is education. Here's the truth. The real world doesn't care about your grade and degrees. You can get jobs with them, but you can't be rich with them. Get involved with the world. Get to the street and get your hands dirty. Try things. Make mistakes and fail. You'll become a better and richer person. Number 4. Government is making people poor. Have you ever heard your parents complaining about the government? They were simply telling you that the government is the reason for their poverty. Like most people, I grew up in an environment where everyone, including my father, blamed government for their woes. If anyone is unemployed, it's the government's fault. If anyone is poor, it's because the government is stupid. However, when I became a teenager and started reading books, I discovered that people who become rich simply decide to be rich and are willing to learn, try, make mistakes and fail. Here's the truth. No matter how bad or good the government of your country is, You'll only be rich if you are desperate enough to be rich. Wealth creation is not easy, and no government anywhere in the world can make anyone rich. It's your personal responsibility to be rich, and you must take that responsibility and be willing to pay the price for wealth creation. Number 5. The rich are greedy. If you were born by poor parents like myself, your parents likely think that the rich are liars, greedy, or selfish. The problem with this false belief is that if you believe that the rich are bad people, you won't have the passion to be rich, because there's a part of every one of us that doesn't want to be bad. Here's the truth. Human beings generally are bad and good. People's financial status doesn't make them bad or evil. There are poor medical doctors who are liars. There are poor bankers who are thieves. There are wretched teachers who are greedy. And there are wealthy people who are honest. Number 6. Live below your means. Even up till today, I still listen to some financial advisors who are teaching people to live below their means, save and invest in some mutual funds that will make them rich by age 70. This is boring because you really don't want to be rich at 70, do you? While living below your means is a good advice, increasing your means is a better advice. Don't just focus on living below your means. Also focus on increasing your means. Number 7. If the economy is better, you'll be richer. Have you ever heard your parents blaming the economy? Poor people always look for who to blame, and when they don't find anyone, they blame things like the economy, the government's policies, or the weather. Niccolo Machiavelli said, "The will cannot be great, and the obstacle be great." Your determination to be rich cannot be strong, and the economy downtime will stop you. In fact, bad economy could be an opportunity to create wealth. If you have the will, you will have your way. Number 8. Don't talk about money. Have you ever heard your parents talking about money? I can't remember seeing my parents talking about how they can make more money. Never. If you don't talk about money, you can't have insights about how it works and how to make more of it. Number 9. Debt is bad. Many parents teach their children that debt is bad. While consumer debt is bad, investment debt is great. I've been in the business world for over a decade, and I've got into several debts. Some hurt me and some help me. In all, I'm able to have faster progress because I use debt as leverage. Instead of believing that debt is bad, avoid consumer debts and learn how to use debt to build wealth. Number 10. If you get a good job, you'll be rich. Maybe 50 years ago, sorry, not again. I see so many people struggling financially, even with the so-called good jobs, because at the long run, it isn't how much you make or how much you keep, but how much is working for you. Where most people of the world miss it is that they don't know how to make money work for them. You can make $200,000 a year and still be broke 5 months after you stop working if you don't get your money to work for you. In conclusion, most of the things we taught about money were from people who don't know anything much about money, our parents and the society, most of whom are struggling financially. If truly you want to know how money works and how to make it work for us, we have to go to people who have made a lot of it. That's why I encourage every serious person to take their financial education seriously. Read about money, business, and investment. Read biographies of people who have built wealth. Watch and listen to good audio programs about money. Except your parents are rich, I'm sorry, they can't teach you how to be rich. You can only learn how to be rich from the people who are rich. You enjoyed this video, didn't you? We would like to give you another interesting video for you to enjoy next. But before then, our team will be very happy if you can like this video and share it with your friends on social media. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss other interesting videos like this. Look at your screen now to see 2 other videos we unpick for you to enjoy next. We love you.